Hello, everyone. My name is Shaylin, and I am holding this little microphone because I have two very loud children, and I'm hoping this kind of dials them back because they're kids. But also, I gotta tell you a story. So I was watching Reels the other day, and this girl comes on and she's talking about how she had kind of pulled back from social media because she thought that she felt like she was doing more of a performance than she was actually glorifying God. And that has been something that I have struggled with for a long time. Back in 2020, I was your typical lukewarm Christian. I had all of the things of this earth. I presented myself to be a Christian. My head held high. My heart was very far from the Lord, but on the outside, I looked like I was close to him. I would tell people about him. I would post it in all of my stories, but behind closed doors, I was living a life of sin, of gossiping, and I was very far from the Lord. So the Lord had to do some things to my heart, and he quite literally stripped me bare, and he rebuilt the foundation that I built my life on. And I'm very thankful for that because the person that I am today is nothing like the person I was then. And I give him every ounce of the glory. But ever since that moment, ever since the Lord dealt with me, I have struggled on how I should come back to social media and share the gospel. Because let's be honest, we're really living in a time frame where people are creating businesses out of Christianity instead of making it about God. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to create businesses that glorify God. I'm not saying that God can't bless businesses that are genuinely Christian filled and the foundation of Jesus. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is I feel like I have to perform on social media. And then I worry so much about the views and it rips my whole entire sight off of Jesus. And then I was sitting with the woman for my church who has so much wisdom. And she said, Shaylin, you have such a gift to speak, but don't think that you have to speak every day. You let Holy Spirit guide you. You don't worry about the trends. You don't worry about the visuals. You don't worry about if it's aesthetically pleasing, and you darn sure don't worry about the views. What you worry about is when Holy Spirit tells you to speak, you speak and you do it with an obedience and a reverence and a fear for the Lord that brings glory to him. And that's what I'm doing. That is the desire.